From 1985 to 2016, Tom Yeager served as the first and only commissioner of the Colonial Athletic Association. Over the course of 31 years, he established the conference as one of the nation's most successful, both athletically and academically. Yeager oversaw the conference during a time of expansion that transformed it from a regional entity focused in Virginia and North Carolina to one that extended its footprint up and down the East Coast. During his tenure, CAA teams produced 19 national team championships in 5 sports, 33 individual national champions, 16 National Coaches of the Year, and 17 National Players of the Year. The conference also boasts 5 Rhodes Scholar student athletes, 24 NCAA postgraduate scholars, and 13 Honda Award winners. Yeager's influence was not confined to just the CAA. He served in numerous roles on NCAA boards and committees, including the Committee on Academics, the Football Rules Committee, and serving as chair of the NCAA's Committee on Infractions. A graduate of Springfield College in Massachusetts, he was the longest tenured NCAA Division I commissioner at the time of his retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for induction into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame, the Commissioner, Tom Yeager.
Thank you. I guess I'd like to start by addressing the elephant in the room. UVA is playing again on Monday night. Yeah. Apparently they made some free throws with no time left on the clock. Wendy, I don't know how that worked, but congratulations, Heath. Your alma mater is still going on. I would like to thank the Honors Committee for recommending me for this incredible recognition. I truly am humbled beyond words. I'd also like to extend my congratulations to my fellow inductees. I'm honored to be in your company, and particularly with Wendy and Debbie. When I got the call, Eddie told us don't talk to anybody. I called Debbie. Because we were going. Because I called her for Wendy's phone number, and the three of us had, a great opportunity to recount so many fond memories of a lot of March Madness that we spent together over the years with Wendy's teams. So many people to thank, the folks from Richmond that have traveled here tonight. Thank you for braving the tunnel. Which if you're from Richmond is, you think you need a passport to go through sometimes. My new bosses in retirement, Dan Schmidt from RMC Events is here, the guys with the yellow shirts. That we're doing some work throughout the state, and we'll be back here in a couple weeks working Something in the Water festival. So we're looking forward to that opportunity. To Dennis Bickmeyer, who is president of the Richmond Raceway, where I've been a senior executive intern for a number of years. Dennis sent me the best congratulatory note this the other day. He said, busy week from Hall of Famer to intern in 7 days. But enjoy it. And by the way, NASCAR is in Richmond next weekend, and there's plenty of tickets still available. Maybe I'll get a raise. I got an extra hot dog or something. So I'd also like to thank members of my incredible staff, that many of who served a lot of years. Kathleen Batterson, Nikki DeSantis, Robert Goodman, and my sidekick, Ron Burdovich. They were, you often say that and I have, that their hard work I received a lot of credit for. And just so you know, your pride and hard work and dedication inspired me and helped me to do what we all accomplished. And for that, I'd like to thank you and know that you share in this honor. Throughout the years, I received incredible support, as most of us all up here have, and pride from our family. A career in sports is pretty tough on a personal and family life in a lot of ways, but they were enthusiastic and with me every step of the journey. From the highest mountaintops to the darkest valleys, my career became their career. And they made countless sacrifices so that I could do the best job possible for my conference. At my retirement dinner, my daughter summed it up perfectly. The commissioner said we'd go to games dressed in our church clothes in the colors of neither team and never cheered. But I promised that we had a lot of fun. Yeah. To my daughter Hallie and son Kyle, thank you for all your love and support over the years that made all the travel and the missed events tolerable. What you two have accomplished is your mom's and my greatest achievement. Also, most of you have met Graham already, my grandson, and Leah, who are here, his wife Leah. And then finally, for my support of my wife of almost 42 years, Dorcas. I can guarantee you that, tonight wouldn't have happened, and many of the things that we accomplished wouldn't have happened. And, you were a constant kind of moral compass. You ran the house when I was constantly traveling. You always pushed me to find the right outcome. And you were always there when friends were usually headed for the exits. So it's our award, and thank you again. I think it's ironic that a Yankee from Pennsylvania who went to college in New England was a cop for the NCAA Enforcement Department in Kansas City. And contrary to the intro, I never scored a point, coached a game, won a race, is being inducted into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame. I grew up as a gym rat in the Allentown, Pennsylvania YMCA. Yeah, that's the same Allentown as Billy Joel's famous song. I enjoyed teaching the kids at the Y how to catch a pass, shoot a layup, hit a baseball, or learn how to swim. The magic in their eyes and watching their confidence grow and their personalities mature with each accomplishment really motivated me. I could see how sports really could impact kids' lives in a very positive way. With this belief, I attended Springfield College, which is affiliated with the YMCA, to become a professional teacher and to start my career. Through my years in NCAA enforcement, my core desire was to protect the integrity of the sport and fair competition. Dealing with the underside of the industry only made my belief in the positive values of sports grow. I witnessed incredible success stories and the tragic destruction of missed opportunities. My connection with the Colonial began back in my days at the NCAA. Apparently, one day I answered a random phone call from Hall of Famer and former University of Richmond AD Chuck Boone, who had an NCAA problem. I don't remember what the problem was, but for those of you who know Chuck, it had to be a doozy. Apparently, I helped him out because several years later, when the Colonial was formed, Chuck remembered me, and he, along with former JMU AD and Hall of Famer Dean Ehlers, hired me in the fall of 1985 to be the commissioner of the newly formed CAA. It was my dream. I was coming back east in the beautiful state of Virginia. I had always said I didn't want to be a mouthpiece for the mob, and I was lucky enough to find a group of universities and individuals who shared my same core belief about the value of education and how sports could provide access to that opportunity. I work for and learn from an incredible group of leaders like Hall of Famers Chuck Boone, Dean Ehlers, ODU's Jim Jarrett, William Mary's Terry Driscoll, JMU's Jeff Bourne, who's here, VCU's Dick Sander, and former ACC Commissioner Gene Corrigan. You know, a group of thoughtful presidents who always placed athletics in their proper framework of their institutions and its educational mission. I took great pride in the privilege of representing the institutions, coaches, and students of the CAA for 31 years. It was more than a job, it actually was my being. Like I said before, I never scored a point, coached a game, or won a race. Most of my work was done far from the crowded stadiums in some nondescript, windowless meeting room at some airport hotel. You know, advocating for teams for NCAA championships, negotiating television deals, representing schools, coaches, and student athletes with eligibility issues, helping to formulate NCAA rules. That's what I thought I brought to the table. You know, and for the commissioner, you know, every day I had a team in first place and a team in last place. I work with coaches who are receiving Coach of the Year awards and those who are about to be fired. Most of the games I attended, I had a winning locker room and a losing locker room, and I better know how to navigate both of them. You know, for my efforts, I was booed much more than I was cheered. You know, I worked for 10 to 12 institutions, presidents, athletic directors, coaches, all of whom rightly looked at the world through rose-colored glasses of their institution. My job was to collectively move them forward to new heights, while every Saturday we tried to beat the hell out of each other and we kept score and told everyone how we did. You know, my job was a constant mediation between parties that were often pointing in opposite directions. I had to have the credibility to bring a fair resolution, maintain peace at the same time, and joke that as long as I had the majority of the institutions, you know, supporting me, I had a job. And I guess I did okay because they kept me around for 31 years. You know, I am proudest of the championship experiences we created for the thousands of students who competed annually in the CA's 23 championship sports. I wanted the conference championship to be the highlight of a team's season, and we invested a great deal of resources, time, and effort to accomplish that goal. For most, the conference championship was likely their final organized competition. We were going to make sure that their journey that began as children in the gyms, fields, running trails, courts, pools, and weight rooms was going to end in a memorable fashion, regardless of the outcome. Now, without a doubt, the favorite part of my job was awarding the championship trophies on championship night. You know, I passed out 17 of them to the captains of Wendy's teams, a bunch more to Beth Anders and her teams. And once again, seeing the childlike magic in the eyes of the players and the coaches at achieving and fulfilling a lifelong dream of hard work, becoming a champion, and playing in the NCAA championship, you know, was just entirely visible and very apparent. You know, and that is what fueled me. So if you look closely tonight, the kid from the Allentown Y, my own eyes are dancing with the same excitement at experiencing the same magic of this amazing recognition. And all I can say is thank you to all of you who have participated in this journey and supported us over the years. And God bless.